So since being back in London, I've noticed how miserable everyone has become. It's so much worse than the first time when we was in lockdown. And I'm really starting to see it. Walking on the streets today, everyone was miserable. I didn't see one smile. I saw so many people bibbing their horns in the cars, and there was less cars than horn bibs. And people are just arguing with each other, and that's just outside. Speaking to clients over the weekend, there's a lot of stress inside the house as well. Panic, fear, uncertainty, business problems, finances, and then the families are getting on top of each other, snapping at each other, just fed up at the moment. So I wanted to do a video just to say that this is not going to change unless we make some changes. At the moment, it seems like we're all waiting. So many people say, when things get better? When will things get better? If we don't change, it's not going to get any better. And we're waiting for something, waiting for a plan, waiting for an outcome. But the only people that are going to come up with a plan, which they haven't got one, is the government. And right now, if you even look at the plan of the vaccine, if you've had a vaccine, you're still going to be wearing a mask, you're still going to be in lockdown, you're still not going to be able to see your friends, you can't go to restaurants. So that's not going back to normal. It's just putting some chemicals in your body, and then your body has to fight that as well. So if that's the plan that we're following, then they're pretty sure there's another plan that we can follow. And it's something very easy. It's really just starting to focus on what it is that you want. And if you really break it down, everything still falls down on you in terms of how you feel. Like when we wake up in the morning, we wake up stressed. We check the phone, we check the news, it's negative. That starts your day off. But you can start off and like, I'm having a great day today. And then all of a sudden that whole day starts changing. And every time you keep doing that, that becomes more of a habit. Right now, life is on routine. So when you're in a subconscious state, 95% of your thoughts are from the thoughts from yesterday. So we're asleep most of the time. And if we continue doing the same things again and again and again, then that becomes just a habit. It becomes a loop. And you're not even aware that you're just doing the same old stuff. And that's when suffering starts coming in. But that's when fear kicks in, because when you're unconscious, you're listening to the media, the news, and all the fears from other people. When we're in a stressed state, our body's not in harmony. And that's where illnesses start coming in. And you start realizing that it's all just a big cycle. Everything feeds into everything. And that's why mental health is on the rise at the moment. We've got so many cases right now, anxiety, depression, suicide, because all this stuff outside is going on. So my take on this, and is something to think about, is we need to just accept that this is going on outside. And what the government are saying to us, we've got to accept that it's not going to get better for a while. And if that is the case, then we can still change the way that we turn up every day. And start thinking, right, when I get out, I'm going to have a great day today. Stay away from the news for a day and just start doing things that you enjoy doing. Question for you, when was the last time that you got into flow? Flow, playing football, listening to music, going out for hikes, cycling, yoga, walking, swimming, drawing, painting. Getting in flow, that means there's no thought. When there's no thought, you can be creative, expressive, and because there's no thought, there's no stress. That means all your energy is going back into your center, and that's how we feel better. At that moment, you feel great. There's nothing else to think about. So if you're suffering at the moment, first thing we need to do is find your flow. Express yourself in a number of different ways, because words are not always the best way to do it. A lot of people don't understand your words either. Also, listen to the music. Music is a vibration, the words are a vibration. So if your mind's distracted on other things, at least play positive music. When I was listening to a Brazilian song the other day, I was like, wow, this feels amazing. I feel good listening to it because I didn't know the words. And then it hit me that if you are depressed and you're angry, what music are you listening to? Pay attention to that, because all of a sudden you'll start feeling from the artist. I had a lady for ages used to listen to Amy Winehouse on repeat. Incredible artist, and her words are amazing, but listen to the feeling that comes out of the song. It's suffering. And on repeat, you're just putting that into your environment the whole time, and then you take that on. So we can start with little hacks. We can play around with the vibrations and music. We can just work on our mindset and say, right, I'm going to have a good day today. And then you start looking at the other areas of your health as well. And it doesn't take a lot. But motivation, people are lacking in at the moment. So how do you get yourself motivated? Add meaning. If you've got kids or loved ones and stuff, especially kids, if you're parents, what are you teaching your kids right now? They feel energy. They know when you've had an argument. They know they're not just listening to your words. So if you're stressing and panicking and worrying about all these things that you're not in control of, that's what they're taking on as well. So then it's to say, okay, right, let's do this. Let's make what we got the best we can. How can I start doing things and enjoying it? Work being one of them. So many people I'm talking to at the moment are demotivated with work, and they're moaning at the bosses and they're moaning at different things, but everyone's suffering at the moment. A lot of people are struggling, a lot of businesses are crashing. Some of the people I know 18 months ago were thriving, amazing businesses, and now they've lost everything. So just in the moment we can lose all that, and then you start thinking what is important, and the most important thing is how you feel. And again, we can control that anytime. So just to show you how quickly, if you just quickly close your eyes for me and give it a go, closing your eyes, just think of a loved one, laughing, smiling, the biggest, happiest laughs, unconditional love. And now, when you breathe out, just send that straight back into the body. You notice that your body changes when you go to that moment. So in any moment, no matter what's going on in your life outside, the environment, the cars, people, in one moment you can just change your biology, which you can feel, and you can keep that. That's now present moment. That's what present moment is. But we just don't know how to get there. We don't really know what happiness is. And if you think about it, how many people do you actually generally know that are super happy? That you can tell, wow, they're really happy. Not just a show on social media. Not only how many people do you know that are really happy, how many people do you know that have a plan? A plan to all the way to the end of life? Not many. So how do we know where to go? Normally the masses follow everyone. We're waiting for a plan. And right now no one's got one apart from the government. And then people have their individual plans. But collectively we could all move and shift our energies together. And you can do it very, very easily just by setting these intentions and focusing on yourself and just giving a little bit more than what you did yesterday. And then also all this past and all the stresses and everything, you can just let that go. And the question to ask yourself, what can I learn from this right now? And what teachings can I take for my little ones or for my friends to show them, right, this is what happened, this is how I did react, but now this is what I'm going to do. Again, there's a plan in place. So to start with, it's just working on self-development, growing yourself. I don't see no harm in reading from other people that have had experiences and you learn from them. I get a buzz from doing it now. And honestly, once you hear one story that resonates with you, you'll get the bug for it too. So start paying attention to what's going on. Start enjoying the moments. Start spending time, real time with your friends and family. And I'm one that's really guilty for that. And when you're there, make sure that you're fully there. Your kids want your attention. Your friends want your attention. But they want you there to listen so they can talk to you without feeling judging and any things where you're just killing their energy when they're talking. The other thing is I'm creating a group now just to add this positivity in. And someone said, "Gore, you're so positive all the time." And at first I thought, yeah, maybe I'm a bit too much. And I was like, nah, if I continue doing this, because I'm enjoying life at the moment in certain aspects of it, if I continue being positive, after a few years, that's all you'll know me for. So I'm happy being that. And if you see, we stop ourselves from being happy. And the question is, why? So we can all start tomorrow and just focus on one simple thing. And that's being kind. When you're having conversations with people tomorrow, let's leave all the gossip, the bitching, all the moaning, and have a proper conversation with that person. Find out how they're feeling. Ask them some questions about their future. Get them excited. Actually listen. We say listening is one of the most gifts that you have, and most people don't know how to use it. So when you're listening to this person, imagine you're a stone with ears. So there's no face expression at all, no like interrupt or saying stuff and nodding. You're just there, just being present. And honestly, the magic happens when you're like this. I've got countless stories of it from parenting. When their kids have been naughty, they do literally just hold the silence. And in that space, the kid will then apologize. I've seen it in relationships where people are putting their agenda across, the other person just holds the silence. And then all of a sudden they come to agreements. But also when you're listening to someone, they're asking questions and you just hold the silence, they end up then answering their own questions and then adding another strategy of how to go and solve it all. It's really powerful. So first task, be kind. And when you're with people, just listen. Be there, be present. So there's a lot of stress going on at the moment, and I just wanted to make it clear that you have the power to improve your life and add happiness to it. And as cheesy as you say that sounds, I don't like the way life is at the moment, so it means we have to change. So if this is not really the stuff that you're into, maybe it is time to change. Follow me on my spiritual and coaching group. And I say spiritual, it's trying to make things simple, trying to bring it back to basics and trying to make things happen because we want them to happen. And then the most important thing, how that makes you feel. And if you're doing things because that's what you want to do, then do it. And if you don't, then you have the power to change it. And sometimes it just takes a bit of time and silence to work out what it is that you want. So any questions, please do send in as well. And I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on this group now.